Alright folks, Pidgeonese 88, we are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to the next case. Ace, the emergence of Zerto wasn't the only surprise after the recent earthquake in Grimsboro. Apparently, an ancient species of fish was also awakened from the hibernation, and the recent flood carried it from the ruins straight into Maple Heights. According to Martine's research, the fish we caught is harmless, but then why did the Zerndins call them the demon fish? Well, the fish aren't the only thing on our plate. What about the revelation that thing crashed in the forest a year ago wasn't really a satellite after all? Well, it was a meteorite, but Dreamlife lied to everyone about it. They claimed it was their satellite so they could build a dome over it and keep it hidden from everyone else. I know, but we need to figure out a way to look into this without arousing Dreamlife's suspicions. We cannot risk them getting rid of evidence. Either way, we've got another case to solve. Now, Ace, the manager of the Happy Paws dog shelter, has called to report a murder. A dog shelter? I thought that was a place for fluffy cuddles, not violent crime. Well, I doubt it will be fluffy cuddles for us, Ace. Let's head to the dog shelter and find out what's going on. Oh, snap. Alright. I wonder if, what's his name comes back from Grimsboro where his dog died or his dog got murdered. Oh, they got little corgis. Alright, so we got TV. Flyer. Where's this flyer? Yikes. Yikes. Ooh, she looks like she was beaten to death. And scale. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Dog eat dog. Hey, this is one fancy dog shelter. You know you're in Maple Heights when even rescue dogs are kept in golden cages. But the only thing ruining the extravagance vibe is the dead woman in the foyer. Look at her broken nose and bloody face. And you're right, those are strangulation marks on her neck. What the heck happened here? Secret Agent Ace, you're here. Gracias a Dios. I only left the reception for un segundo. I was out in the yard, and when I came back, there was Senorita Farrell, dead. Oh, so this lady's name was Miss Farrell. I'm guessing you're the shelter manager. Please, sit down. We'll speak to you in a minute. Ace, I see you've already fetched us a clue. A flyer advertising a meetup for dog owners. And look at that, that's our victim. I agree, we should run this other woman through the database. Then we'll have a second witness who knew our victim. Ace, let's sniff out the killer's scent and get on their trail. Interesting. Anyways, guys, I gotta grab a bunch of stars. See you guys back. This has been Pidgeonese 88. Au revoir. Alright, folks, Pidgeonese 88, we are back. Let us talk to the manager. Mr. Cachorro, are you feeling better? Please tell us exactly what happened here. Secret Agent Ace, I only go out to call my dog food supplier for 10 minutos. And when I come back, I see Senorita Farrell dead on the floor. And there's no one else around? What about a CCTV camera? No cameras here, Secret Agent Ace. Only good customers. No need for security. Like Senorita Farrell, she was a very nice lady, and she had mucho amor for her puppies. I thought she was perfect for Cupcake. She wasn't as rich as the celebrities of Maple Heights, but she had a good job. She was the mayor's assistant. Oh, Miss Farrell worked for the mayor? That's useful to know, Mr. Cachorro. Thank you. Ace, I haven't had a chance to meet the mayor since I've come to Grimsboro, but if our victim worked for her, then we should go to the city hall. Have we seen the mayor? I did not know that we've seen the mayor. Oh, no? No? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, this so looks like someone that we've seen before. I feel like we've seen her before. Ace, this lady posing on the dog honored meetup poster with our victim is a certain Celine Dernier. Wait, I know her. Celine Dernier was a famous Ivywood movie star back in her youth. And wasn't she in a horrible plane crash a few years back? Yes. but records say she moved to Grimsboro and she's been living in Maple Heights ever since. Well, Miss Ernie clearly knew our victim from Happy Paw Shelter. Let's pay her a visit. Nice. Nice. I could have sworn she looked very, very familiar. Yep, throwing in some Pacific Bay cameos. Love it. Hey, thanks for switching over to Twitch, Razor. Handbag. Broken pendant. Credit card. Notebook is new too. Water bottle. Cool. Hey, so read up on the mayor a bit. I learned that Martha Price first ran for mayor during your first stay in Grimsboro. However, Miss Price doesn't seem to be here now, and her assistant can't help us given that she's dead. Good idea. The mayor's agenda should tell us where it is. Let's open it. Ah, and that handbag has the victim's initial. Miss Farrell must have been in a hurry to find the dog shelter if she left her bag here. Let's see what we find inside. As for that broken pendant, I'm sure restoring it will be child's play for you, Ace. Martha's back. Everyone kind of guessed that she would be back. Hey, you look familiar, Scrooge Ace, but if you're from the press, I'm done giving interviews today. Hey, Mr. Ernie, we're not journalists. There was a murder at the dog shelter, and... Oh, the dog shelter, that's where I got Ploopsy. Just look at him. Isn't he adorable? Would you believe his previous owner was a murderess? When she was sent to jail, poor Ploopsy had gone nowhere. That's when I adopted him. Ah, that's right. Guadalupe del Prado. Nice. Lots of callbacks this case. Well, speaking of murders, a young woman called Penny Farrell was killed at the Happy Paw Shelter. Did you know her well? Penny Farrell. Ah, yes. She had a yappy little Maltese named Cupcake. We posed together for the meetup flyer because the manager thought we had the cutest dogs, but I barely talked to the girl. I'm sorry that she was murdered, but I don't think I can help you, Secret Agent Ace. Now it's time for Ploopsy's bath. Say goodbye, Ploopsy. Ploopsy or Plopsy? Man, lots and lots of callbacks, man. Well, I mean, once they introduced Maple Heights, you kind of knew Martha was coming back in some capacity. Whoa. Ace, you want a picture on our victim's handbag, but it's turned into a threat. Whoa. Look, someone glued a plastic dog collar on top of her head. You'll feel the noose tighten around your neck soon. Given the fact that Miss Farrell was strangled at the dog shelter, this was clearly a threat from the killer. You're right, there seems to be some blue substance in the corner. Let's get Rupert to go have a look at it. Alright, so let's see. Penny. Something. I mean, obviously it's a heart, but... Ace's heart-shaped pendant belonged to the victim, and her name was engraved on it. But the other name is rubbed off. Can you decipher the faded letters? We're doing a lot of investigating in Chapter 1. Oh, great. 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 Hey, nice job, Ace. You got the mayor's agenda open. Let's have a look at her schedule. It says here that Miss Price is in a meeting downtown. We can catch her there. Nice. Alright, so who else is on this? Penny and... let's see, Ben Benjamin. So Benjamin. Hey, see, the name of that Penny's pen is a certain Benjamin. This Benjamin was clearly in a relationship with our victim. His name must be among our emergency contacts. All of them brought into the station. Thanks, Lego, for coming from YouTube and stopping by here. Secret Agent Ace, it's a pleasure to see you again after all these years. We should really sit down and discuss all the changes that happened to Grimsboro while you were away. Let me ask my assistant, too. Well, Miss Price, unfortunately your assistant won't be able to arrange this meeting. Miss Farrell was murdered earlier today. Wait, Penny is dead? Oh no, that's why she's not answering any of my calls. This is the worst possible time for me to lose my assistant. I can't afford any more disruption while Grimsboro is battling this flood and those fish. Well, of course, it's a tragedy for Penny's family too. I didn't know much about her personal life, but the city's behind them at this difficult time. Benji? Oh. Secret Agent Ace, why am I at the police station? They told me it was about Penny. She's fine, right? We're very sorry, Mr. Fletcher, but Penny's dead. She was murdered. Wait, what? No, that can't be. Not Penny. Who'd wish my sweet Penny harm? She was perfect. Mr. Fletcher, do you notice anything unusual around Penny lately? Any details that come to mind? I've been so busy with the flood, Secret Agent Ace. I work for Animal Control, you see, and I hadn't seen Penny in a week. If only I had known it was Penny who needed saving, I would never have left her side. Alright, well, because it's a crime of passion, he's my leading candidate right now, for sure. Rupert, any news about this death threat we found in our victim's bag? Yes, Ace. I've examined those blue particles in the paper under the microscope. I detected a soluble compound of phosphorus, nitrogen, and potassium, elements that are commonly found in commercial fertilizers used for gardening. So someone's handled this photograph after doing a spot of gardening. Yes, and it wasn't your victim. Miss Farrell lived in a flat on the 5th floor with no garden. And if the fertilizer on the photo didn't come from the victim's finger, it must have come from your killer's. So the killer has a green thumb. Well, Ace is going to nip their murderous habit in the bud. Nope, you are correct. Celine is from Pacific Bay. They mentioned it. From the Hollywood portion of it. Ooh la la, Ace. Reese just told me another disastrous dating story. I'm sorry you didn't think that she'd be happier without a man. Well, I don't know about that, Martine, but could we get an update on the girl who got killed at the puppy shelter? Well, the cause of death was a ligature strangulation, as you can see from these bruises on the victim's neck. Keep an eye out for a rope or a string. Prior to that, the victim was punched in the face, which must have caused her to lose consciousness. Yeah, quite a violent death for such a young and pretty woman. Someone clearly had it in for her. Well, I also found something on the victim's wrist. Analysis revealed it was a soy protein concentrate used in vegan meat substances. Except the victim was still digesting the steak she had for dinner, Ace. Which means it's the killer who left the soy protein on the victim's wrist. They're vegan. So our killer's a vegan. I guess we'll have to tell the cooks about that when we ship them off to prison. So, I'm definitely not the killer. Ace, we're hoping to find out some more about the strange fish here in Grimsboro, the recent flood. But we had to put this fishing investigation on hold to visit a dog shelter where one of the customers was murdered. Well, so far it looks like Penny Farrell led an ordinary life. She worked for the mayor, had a loving boyfriend. Hey, Secret Agent Ace, thank goodness you're here. Miss Journey, what's the matter? It's Ploopsy. He was kidnapped. Oh no, not Ploopsy. Not Ploopsy. We'll see you guys in chapter 2, and we'll go and find Ploopsies. Over and out.